Okay, happy Halloween. Ooh.
Ooh,
Thank you.
Spooky.
My name is Austin Swain, or today, Austin Brains.
That was good. Fuck, that was so good.
And my favorite horror movie, I was actually thinking about this today, so that's applicable.
Mm-hmm.
And my favorite horror movie is, I think, Cabin in the Woods.
That makes sense.
It's not really a horror, but I'm counting it.
I would consider it a horror. It's like a horror like spoof.
Yeah.
Or horror comedy in a way. I don't know. Maybe not comedy,
Like
but
a horror farce.
Yeah. A horror fart. I agree.
Yes. Maybe I'm just thinking about Richard Jenkins all day.
That's fair. Who isn't?
Yeah.
You know, great in Shape of Water.
Great in Dahmer.
Yeah. Great in Step Brothers.
He is good on Dahmer.
I actually...
Even though he's very annoying.
And my original cast for Ronnie.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Which
that's
way
right.
too old.
Way too old, apparently. And not culty enough.
My name is Maddie Fox in the Hen House. And my favorite horror movie is The Conjuring. Because it's the best.
Solid choice.
That's also a really good one. Or Pezza? Like, what can I do with that? Austin?
Or a Pez dispenser.
No.
Well, that's funny.
Yeah, it's not horror themed. What?
It's
Pez
candy
dispenser
related.
is candy.
True.
Yeah, what have you come up with? That's what I thought.
Oh, give me a second.
Horror Pezza.
Ooh.
Okay. That was good. My name is Austin Horpezza.
You whore.
Horpezza or horror pezza?
Horpezza. My name is Austin Horpezza. And my favorite horror movie, I would have to say is probably Hereditary. But if we're going to go classics, I am going to say John Carpenter's The Thing, because that is timeless.
Solid.
Yeah, if we're going classic, I'm saying The Shining.
Mm-hmm.
If we get two answers, that's my second one.
Fine. I'll throw it out there.
Oh, God. Classic?
Yeah.
I gotta think of a horror movie.
Please do.
I don't watch horror movies.
Oh, that's right.
I'm scraping right now.
I don't have an answer for classic. My second place was going to be Oculus.
Oh.
If y'all requested a real horror movie.
Wow. How does it feel to be you right now?
Such a douche.
Yeah.
All the time.
Good.
Oh, I got
Yeah.
one.
Real
That's
good.
okay.
I was comparing in comparison to Cabin in the Woods.
Mm-hmm.
We have a special guest on today's episode. If you want to introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Morgan, i.e. the Morgue, and I don't
Oh, nice.
and I don't watch horror movies, so I just want to shout out the Scary Movie franchise.
All right.
That's
fair. You know, I'm surprised you didn't say Barbarian.
No, because Barbarian wasn't that good. I'm biased towards it, but
Yeah, that's fair.
I can't say it was that good or my favorite.
It was decent. It was okay.
Still no spoilers. I haven't seen
Shout
it.
out Zach Kreger, though.
Yeah, no kidding.
Who's that Craig?
He was one of the founding members of The Whitest Kids You Know and directed the movie.
Oh, hell yeah. Solid. Interesting. Yeah, cool. Yeah, thank you for joining us, Morgan. On this Halloween special, we got a spooky guest coming in.
Ooh.
We're just gonna have to keep on doing that.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
Is the Monster Mash free domain? Can we just add that?
I hope so. I think if we
it might
sing
be.
it,
Yeah.
it is free domain. So
I saw this TikToker who was trying to figure out where and when the Monster Mash occurred.
What?
Like where the mash was held and at
Oh.
what time. It was like a real historical experiment. It was very
Holy
interesting.
Wait, what? What do you mean? Like how in
Like
depth?
the Monster Mash.
Yeah.
Like it was a real event?
Yeah, like if it was a real event in time, where did it happen? Like based on like when the song was made and when it was written and in what part of the world and who sang it.
well, I know that it
Interesting.
happened on a moonlit night.
Yes, exactly. So yeah, when was a full moon during that time period?
Yeah.
It was very
Interesting.
annoying.
Ooh, tricky.
You see, it was very annoying.
I mean, just very anal.
That's fair.
But
That's
funny.
valid. Yeah.
The fuck is that?
That's a cat.
It's a stupid cat being annoying. Shut up,
Spooky.
idiot.
Yeah.
Whoa.
So yeah, this is our Halloween episode / movie review. We have Morgan with us. Should we talk about kind of her role in the room tone machine?
Yes.
She's been helping us develop some merch or kind of get us in contact with various artists and figure out different ways to obtain merch.
Because what is it that
Yeah.
you do for a living, Morgan?
I buy shit.
Hell yeah.
That's all I do is buy shit. So.
Nice.
Man, we aren't getting paid for that.
Yeah.
know, right?
Somehow I'm losing money at that.
Yeah, what the heck is this?
I buy and create products based on your favorite films, television shows, and video games. So, and
Hell
a bunch
yeah.
of Halloween shit. So,
A snap.
that is my forte.
And beyond that, you've been a big supporter of the show. Some might say our number one fan.
Day one.
Yeah, no kidding. You were actually the first person to respond to one of our questions. You gave me the list of your 3 favorite comedies, which, if I remember correctly, let me know if I'm not. It was Superbad.
You're already wrong.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
What?
I didn't even think it was super bad. Yeah.
You
Was
the list you gave
Bridesmaids
was
on the
like-
list?
No.
No, not a
Pop
bridesmaid
Star
guy.
was.
You
Oh,
think
God.
Pop Star?
No, I'm playing.
Oh.
That was the weird list that we found. That
Oh, yeah.
like the
Yeah.
best comedies. It was
Oh,
like
yeah.
Pop Star. I'm like, what?
Who made that list?
I have no idea.
The
no
internet.
idea. Fuck. What was it? It was Superbad.
It was not
So
super
it wasn't
bad.
super bad.
There was Superbad was on
No,
that
it
list? Was it? Okay. Oh, I fucked up already. Let's hear it.
My list was Billy Madison, Idiocracy,
right.
and Napoleon Dynamite.
Oh fuck yeah, that's right.
Oh,
That's
what a
right.
lineup.
hmm
You can definitely see like the thread of your sense of humor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's all just really stupid. I always tell Austin if I could live in any cinematic universe, it would just be Idiocracy. So it's just me and Dax Shepard drinking beers and watching dumb shit on TV all
Fuck
day.
yeah. You know, no one could argue that. Just drinking Gatorade all day.
Truly.
Yeah. No kidding. So as you know, as we somewhat claimed number one fan, what have you thought about our podcast from the day we started compared to like now? Like, what are your thoughts on that?
It's fun to see like everything come together. Like
Yeah.
there's a coherent, like at first it was all kind of ideas and seeing it all grow.
Yeah.
It's been really cool. And I like all the reviews. That's been fun.
What did you think about when we changed up our story? Like, what were your thoughts on that?
I'm pro whatever you guys want to do.
Yeah.
You can write a thing about whatever. I'll listen to it. You guys are fun to listen to regardless. So
Do you approve of the new direction, or are you kind of sad?
I want to see where it goes.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm interested.
Yeah.
I'm invested.
Heck yeah.
I was thinking about it today. Not to like dwell on this, but I feel like the change that we made in our story was going from a story driven by characters to characters driven by story.
Damn, dog, that was deep.
Don't you think?
I get that. Yeah. I
Like it was
see
kind
that.
of like we had this whole bowl of characters and we're like, all right, what can we make out of these? And then
Yeah.
we're like, wait, but what's the actual story we want to tell? And what's like the minimal number of characters that we need to tell that?
Yeah. That's nice. That does feel nice.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're so fucking smart. So, why is Morgan here?
Well, we're here to talk about merch. So yeah, one of the things that Morgan helped us kind of prepare and find an artist to design them is our room tone beanies. We'll be having those up for sale soon at some point.
Yeah, keep an eye out.
Keep an eye out. And then we are in talks of like looking for sticker places.
I would like to say that my hat contact now makes thongs. If you're interested.
Oh,
So.
room tone
Ooh.
thong.
Mhm.
The banana hammock for the true thespian.
For the thespian.
A thong for
That
the
would
thespian.
be a great thong.
Thong
That just
spian?
says thespian.
Oh my god,
That
yeah,
is
right?
that is great.
But like along the dong shaft, thespian.
I like that you went to
male
dong.
thong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What else are we doing?
What, we don't get thong?
If it's not a banana hammock, I don't know if I want it.
That's the
Like
point.
exactly.
Bananas are on brand for us.
Thespian.
It sounds like that's what you want to do, so I say go for it.
You
Okay.
can still put the logo on there.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. I think we should put the logo on the back because, it's kind of butthole shaped.
Right on the tag.
So I'm curious, Morgan, we've started on a few designs. I think we have like 3.5 sticker designs. But since you haven't seen them yet, I'd be curious from like an outsider's point of view or perspective, like what kind of stickers would you expect us to produce / what kind of stickers would you want to buy?
I think people like references and inside jokes and stuff. So if you can, like even like the movie, like the douche jar thing, incorporate that in a sticker.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like, at least for like my job, like it's all about the callbacks,
Yeah.
So
Heck yeah.
like thematically going that direction. And then for stickers, I guess just having a bunch of different sizes. I'm a big water bottle sticker guy, so
Oh, so does that look like one sticker in multiple sizes or several stickers that are different sizes?
I would go probably multiple stickers in multiple sizes. So like having like one big one that looks different and then medium, small, etc.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
And then if you can do like multiple the same, I would just do the logo.
Yeah. Heck yeah. Yeah, I think we definitely do the logo and then maybe like the horizontal, both logos basically.
I like the idea of douche jar, although I will say I'm a little bit afraid of people seeing that and be like, "Oh, new girl."
Right.
Like, oh no.
Say new girl?
Huh?
Do you say new girl?
Yeah.
Is that a
'Cause
reference?
They have a douche jar there.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't really come up with the douche jar,
Yeah, but
I
we
feel like douche jar is just kind of a universal thing.
yeah.
but we could brand it.
We could brand it.
Yellow
Trademark it.
jar.
We can
Yellow
brand
And then you can
it.
sue new girl.
Yes, we'll kill new girl.
This is the piss jar.
You're old girl now, bitch.
and then we'll hire Max Greenfield to play Donnie.
Ooh, yeah.
How do you tackle demand before? That's the problem I worry about is supply outreaching demand.
Well, that's why actually doing the hats here might be a good idea to see if there's any interest, and then you can kind of gain it from there. So if it's
Okay.
local, you guys can drop it off. But from there, just probably to start, small batch orders would be fine. Just doing it this way.
Yeah, I mean we bought
Yeah.
10 hats.
Yeah.
So you heard it here first. Room tone beanie.
They come in black or room tone yellow. So since this is our Halloween episode, let's talk a little bit about Halloween. Do you guys remember your favorite costume that you dressed up as? Ever?
Mine's really nerdy.
Let's hear it.
So when I was in middle school,
A young sapling.
a young sapling, tender, I was reading this book series. I don't remember exactly what it was called, Adventure Quest or some real fucking shitty high fantasy bullshit. And there were these creatures in it called the Vrail, which were a lizard type, and they had long claws on their hands. And so I wanted to go one year as a Vrail, and I made it for very cheap. And so I had a big duct tape tail, and I got regular just cloth gloves, and I just stuck nails through the fingertips of the gloves so that I had long fingernails.
If you did that now, you would be shot in the street.
Yeah, totally.
Just this little kid with nail hands.
With nail hands. Yeah, so that was mine. We did the wax museum, and so the whole school got to see me in that.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
How
Yeah.
mortifying for you.
Yeah. I have
The school was just chill with you, hanging out with nails in your hands.
fucking guess.
They're like, yeah, no, that's cool. That's fine.
School is next to a prison, so
It was
It was
directly
pretty
across the
lax.
street.
He probably saw his dad just leave him
Yeah.
alone. That's his kid. Poor little guy. My dad made this for me.
He lives across the street.
That's fair.
I had to sneak in every single piece. But God damn it, do you not look like one of them chocolate bites?
That is the fun part about living in the town with a prison, because like when I moved here and people would ask me where I'm from and I'd tell them and they'd be like, oh, the prison. And I'm like, yeah, I guess.
You're telling me, buddy.
Yeah.
You and your teen angst. You have no idea, man.
Come from the streets.
I think my actual favorite Halloween costume was probably when I was like gender bent Richie Tozier,
Ooh,
because that was
yeah.
fun. But as a kid, all I ever wanted to be was Queen Amidala from Star Wars, which I think is weird considering that I didn't even like Star Wars. I just had a huge crush on Natalie Portman.
That's so fair.
Yeah.
That is very interesting. So, like, I didn't know you were a Star Wars like person.
Not really. I
Huh.
just wanted to be her more than anything. So
I
I was Queen
respect that.
Amidala for like 3 years in a row.
I respect that.
That's
Yeah.
rad with the makeup and everything.
Yeah,
Fuck yeah.
Austin.
Good. Well, she didn't always wear makeup.
Queen Amidala did.
True.
Bitch.
I also don't like Star Wars.
I know.
I just want to make that apparent.
Yeah. Just wanted to add that in.
What about you, Morgan?
Jeez, that's hard. I guess one of the most recent ones is I was Wario, and I got so many free drinks.
Holy
like so
shit.
many free drinks.
Yo.
And I had
That's
a
a
little
really good
mustache and
one.
everything, and I still use the hat all the time because I wear
Oh,
it every
good,
time
yeah.
we play Mario Party, so it gets some like still use after all these years.
That's
Nice.
great. That's how you know it's a
Has to
good
be it.
Halloween costume.
Heck yeah.
I respect it. What about when you were a kid?
When I was a kid, I was a twin, so we were blue and magenta from Blue's Clues. I think that was the most
Oh.
wholesome one I was.
Oh,
That's
cute.
amazing.
I think I forgot most of my costumes, but that's because
Oh,
I think we
really?
were that like 5 years in a row or something.
No way.
There was
Dang.
like a
Too
lot of
wholesome, I
thing
guess.
one, thing two. And
Dang it,
stuff
yeah.
like
I was
that.
ready for a whole like slew of cool twin
I've
costumes.
avoided it.
That's
So-
fair. I understand.
We're being the Shining twins this year, which I still
Fuck
haven't seen
yeah.
The Shining, so that's on my
Oh,
we
list.
should do
But
that. Yeah.
Yeah, you
I'm gonna
should
watch it
definitely-
beforehand, so
Okay. Yeah.
I won't be a
smart.
poser by the time. I wear it.
Luckily, they're barely in it.
That's what I heard. So I was like, "Are we supposed to put blood on this?" She's like, "Not really. I don't know." So I was like,
That'll be great.
That would.
Austin, how about you?
So I guess if you're gonna go by like how often I wore a certain costume, it would be a ninja.
Hell yeah.
Although like I didn't choose to be a ninja every year because I wanted to be.
Uh-huh.
I chose to be a ninja every year was because I could never decide on a costume.
Oh no.
And like my mom would get like frustrated and she'd be like, hurry up and pick something, and I'd be like, I know the safe option. It's
I already have a ninja
It's a
costume, I'll just use that.
Holy shit.
I think you had a bad childhood.
Yeah, I think that might be the case.
Although I understand because I can only I was very indecisive as a kid, so
You're
I will
very indecisive now.
Yeah, that has not
Okay, can you imagine smaller me trying to figure out what he wants to be for Halloween?
Yeah,
and how
that's fair.
important that is. Like
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
do you want to be? Oh my god, I don't know.
Well, I can
fair.
be
There's
anything.
so many options.
Yeah,
Yeah.
truly.
I can see that.
How many times were you a ninja?
Like 5 times. Because I
Ooh,
just couldn't
yeah?
decide.
I mean, I bet you made a sexy ninja though.
I was a kid, so I don't know.
How old? How old?
I was sexy as Queen Amidala, I'll say that.
I was a sexy braille.
Yeah. So what are we doing here today?
We're talking about a movie review.
We're talking about Coraline.
She's a doll, she's a peach, she's a friend of mine.
I don't remember the rest of the words, so I'm not gonna try to sing them. She's
Song about
Coraline.
Coraline.
Dun, dun.
Okay. So today, as is tradition, today is our movie review. And for our Halloween special, we decided to do a spooky number, Coraline.
Contrary to popular belief, Coraline is not directed by Tim Burton. It is
Ooh.
directed by Henry Selick.
Do
Here's
you-
a fun fact for you room tone listeners to wow and astound your friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who also was the director of Nightmare Before Christmas, right? Henry Selick?
Yes.
I believe so.
"Do you want to hear a fun fact about the guy that created Leica? He's the Son of the founder of Nike, and he has a rap album. It's very funny.
What the fuck?
Weird.
Wait, what's Leica?
Like is the studio
The
that created it. So
studio.
they made that and Paranorman. So
Oh, okay. Interesting.
I think also
he's
Cubo.
yeah.
the son of Nike?
Yeah.
Wow. Interesting. They have a very similar name.
Nike and Leica.
Yeah.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know where it's from. I
They
just know
both
that
have
as a little
one
fun
K
fact.
in them.
Yeah.
And that's the K that matters. Because the kiss begins with K. Morgan, since you are a guest, do you want to give us you want to read us the description of the movie?
Okay, for Coraline. While exploring her new home, a girl named Coraline, Dakota Fanning, discovers a secret door behind which lies an alternate world that closely mirrors her own, but in many ways is better. She rejoices in her discovery until other mother, Terry Hatcher, and the rest of her parallel family try to keep her there forever. Coraline must use all her resources and bravery to make it back to her own family in life.
Ooh.
Bang, boom.
Spooky.
Spooky.
It is such an adventure film.
It is. So a little bit different for this movie review. We're going to be, instead of having a total score of 60, we now have a total potential score of 80. Now that we have our fourth reviewer here. And so Morgan, what out of 80 do you think Coraline is going to get?
I think 65.
65. That's generous.
Solid.
Or-
Yeah.
That's solid.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good score.
I'd
Yeah.
say so.
I panicked.
We'll
see.
I would say the same thing, actually.
65?
I think 65, yeah.
Oh, well, you have to give.
Okay, 66.
Oh.
Sorry.
Price is right in me over here.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
My name's Austin Swain, and I think I don't think we have to do that.
No.
I think it'll get a score of. I always highball it, so I'm gonna go 58.
58.
Yes,
Wow, but like out of 80, why are
Uh,
more points?
I know.
All right,
I
okay.
guess. Like I
You
said,
know-
I always highball it.
That's fair. That's fair. You know what? I should also respect your guess. I shouldn't be like,
Yeah. What the fuck?
yeah,
dude?
like what the fuck?
Watch
yeah.
me be right.
You're not
Alright,
gonna be
well.
right. There's no way it's 58.
No, it's a very
Yeah.
good movie.
I think I'm gonna say 72. I think it's on the
Nice.
up and up.
Yeah. Hell yes.
Mm-hmm.
And let's review. So, for those of you who are new here, our movie reviews follow a very strict rubric, following the categories of cinematography and visual language, characters in terms of like portrayal. In this case, I would even say like animation and like character design,
Mm-hmm.
since this is our first animated movie.
Yeah.
Are the story, the way that it's written and perceived, and then just straight up watchability, boiling it all down to just, flat out emotional enjoyment.
Did you have fun?
Did you have fun watching it? And each of us are going to give it a score out of 5 in each of those categories, bringing us to a final tone score of 80.
Ooh.
Wow. So let's kick things off with a little bit of talking about the visual language of Coraline, the cinematography.
So I think just kind of out the bat, starting the conversation off, we can all agree that this is a gorgeous film, right?
Beautiful.
For sure.
Yeah. I felt like they did a really good job in kind of bringing you into this like other world by using color. Like when you're traveling to the other house, or when like something like spooky or something nefarious happens, like you have like these very like bright like tones of like pink and purple,
Mhm.
like shining around, or like these like very like nice like blues and reds. And I think it was very nice.
Yeah, and like
Yeah.
you said, I mean, we're looking at these two different worlds, the world where Coraline's from and the other world, and like the difference in tone like how faded and desaturated and like muggy, and like you get this whole shift when she goes over and everything's like so saturated and colorful and just
Vibrant,
gorgeous
yeah.
and vibrant, and it's just such a cool dichotomy.
I love stop motion.
Yeah.
I love claymation. Is it claymation? I think there's puppets.
No, just stop motion.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's puppets.
Yeah.
I always forget that there's like a difference between claymation and stop motion.
Mm-hmm.
Could have been blended.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know anything.
I thought there could be clay in there.
I can't imagine how long it took to shoot all that.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
no
It's so
kidding.
cool because you can see all the different models they use.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, truly.
Swain and I were talking the other day about Coraline, or actually no, I think it was Swain, Maddie, and I were talking about it, and I think I said that I would get very frustrated in like the frame by frame movement of it all, and like if it didn't look exactly how I would want it to look, I would have to start over. Like I feel
You
like
have to, yeah.
yeah, I feel like it would annoy the fuck out of me very fast.
Yeah.
So like seriously, people who do that, like I praise you and your craft. Like well done. Keep doing you.
I think my favorite part is the ghost children, how they do that little stop motion. That I guess it is
Yeah.
stop motion, but that weird like
They like flicker.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is about that. I was talking to you about this yesterday. That it was I really like it when like at least in animation, what makes things scary is when they mix medias like that.
Oh yeah.
And so it's like something that completely stands out. So.
Mhm.
Totally.
Another-
Is it actually lights?
I think it might be. I have no
That's kinda
idea.
Cool.
It would make
If
sense.
it's stop motion of like lights on
Yeah.
a wall, that'd be cool.
Oh.
Like I think like another really good example that you gave of like that.
With Courage.
Yeah, it was Courage.
With
the
the
Cowardly
Return of the
Dog.
Slab thing where they
Yeah.
do a hard cut to CGI out of nowhere.
Yeah, where it's just like that. Like yeah, I mean like not even just like the Return of the Slabs guy. It's like all the other villains
Yeah.
in that show.
They're like a different style?
Yeah, different style, and it's unsettling.
Oh, cool. Yeah, it makes total sense.
Yeah, but like the Return of the Slab, yeah, like I remember that guy specifically. I thought he was creepy as shit.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Just stands out. Yeah. I mean, there's just something so like mesmerizing about that animation style and just like watching. I mean, everything is so like perfect and fluid, but also like jagged and flawed.
Yeah.
And it's just so goddamn pleasing
Yeah.
to take in.
And the
Yeah.
textures in the hair is so cool.
Oh yeah.
Everything. I love
Yeah,
it all.
Truly.
So okay, Morgan, what would you give this score?
First
Out
out
of
of the
5.
gate, let's go.
I think I'll give it a 4.
Give it a 4.
Yeah.
What's your reasoning behind a 4? If you want to give a
Didn't she
reason.
just explain?
Yeah.
the reason?
Oh.
I feel like I did.
Never mind.
But I feel like it has to be like, this is the best movie I've ever seen in my entire life to give it a 5.
That's valid.
So-
That's fair.
I really like it though. So 4.
No.
Making me rethink my 5
Mm.
over here.
You have to really earn a 5 and you really have to earn Actually, I'm more generous with ones because I'm really picky. But
I feel like though, like like at what point does someone earn a 5? Like I you see the craft in there and you see how gorgeous it was. Like I don't know, like what would be a good 5
Like, what's my
example?
5?
Yeah.
I haven't run into one yet.
Ooh.
Damn, that was-
Because I feel like if I gave
Cinematically?
something a 5 right now, I would change my mind. So
Oh, fair.
I have
Okay.
to feel really, really strongly about it. Especially it depends on context. Like for this specific question, I
Yeah.
have no idea at the moment. But
That's valid. Okay.
Here's my first thought to continue that conversation. I was thinking about, to give it a 5, I would have no recommendations for how they would improve it.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I were like, dude, I don't know what you could have done better, here's a 5.
Mm-hmm.
But for when the world falls apart and it goes very square and like very cornered,
Mm-hmm.
and to me it feels very digital, where the other mother is like the spider web queen. She's like made out of cracked porcelain.
Mhm.
I feel like there are a lot of textures that they could have gone with that weren't like pixely.
Yeah.
And so for that reason, I'm also going to give it a 4. That's
So-
always confused me.
So I actually rewatched Coraline last night.
Oh, you sick dog.
And that like pulling apart, it's like also following, or like that like square pulling apart thing.
Yeah.
It's also followed by a lot of unraveling. So I wonder if it's supposed to be like something similar to like quilts kind of like put together and like they are coming apart because like the string is unraveling.
Yeah.
Because she's like a sewer or what,
I
what
can
have
see
you.
that. I just feel like it didn't read.
But I definitely see what you mean. I definitely get what you mean. So you give it a 4 then?
I do.
I give it a 5 because I think it's the best of its kind.
Mm.
I can't think of another stop motion or claymation that's better done. And I
Solid.
think that every time I watch it, I'm impressed by it. So I think it deserves a 5.
Solid. Fuck yeah.
I think I'm gonna give it a 4 myself. Mostly because I thought it was great. I thought it was wonderful. I thought it was really well put together. Kind of on the opposite spectrum of you, Maddie. I think like there are a few other strong contenders that Leica has done that I think like I like a little bit better. I guess specifically I think of like Kubo, but like
Kubo was very good.
yeah,
Chicken Run.
Chicken Run, Wallace and
Fair.
Gromit.
Yeah, fair enough.
But yeah, so that's. I think I'll give it a 4. Give it a 4.
Solid. A very good run out of the gate for cinematography. Let's go into characters. What's up with them characters? Fun fact is, in the book, no Wybie.
Oh,
He was a character created only for the movie.
interesting.
So I'd be curious to ask you guys, why do you think they brought him in?
I read the Wikipedia article last night, so I
Yeah,
feel like I
okay.
cheated because wasn't it not long enough, and they wanted to add more characters or something.
Oh,
Oh.
I don't actually know the
yeah.
answer.
Yeah.
It was on the Wikipedia.
Oh, okay.
That
they
might
were
not be 100% accurate.
They were just padding the runtime? Oh, that's boring.
Because it was only supposed to be like 40 minutes, and they made it longer.
Mm.
So
Oh, okay. Sure. I mean, it's a very short book.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why the Ghost Children has always felt disjointed to me. Because that's
fair.
kind of like his story with like the grandma.
Are they in the book?
The ghost.
think
They must
so.
be. So that's like
I think
her
they
whole
are.
like.
They must be. Yeah.
Or did
Which-
she just save her parents from the snow globe? I don't remember.
that's
Yeah.
some
I
of
haven't
my
read
beef
book in
with
a
the
long time.
movie is that I feel like the Ghost Children just random. It's like, by the way, there's dead kids here.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
it kind of doesn't explain the maybe I didn't watch like or I missed it or something. The incentive for like the other mother to do all these things is kind of missing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm,
So it's like
yeah.
Yeah.
that kind of lost
What's her
me.
purpose? Yeah.
Yeah.
She just likes gathering
Yeah.
souls.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I just love eating kids. What can I say?
Yeah,
exactly.
I think it's really fun that like the whole story is contained in this one house.
Mhm.
And I mean, maybe this just appeals to my like D&D sensibility, but like I love how it all just feels like this quest.
Mhm.
Like they're all just like these little like parts and like missions to go out and like work with the neighbors and solve the riddles, and I just think it's really fun.
Mhm. So I think for like characters, I will say, I feel like there's some in there who just they didn't really have like a big purpose, or I felt like if they were out of there,
What?
yeah,
Or I just don't like care that much about them.
That's shocking to me.
the 3 ghosts for one,
Oh, well them.
because it's like they just kind of appear and you're like, what?
Yeah, her actual parents couldn't care less.
Her mom's a bitch.
Yeah, her
I'm just gonna
mom's
say
a
that right
bitch,
now.
yeah.
I would stay with the
Yeah.
other mother.
Totally.
Matt, yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Her dad, both in like her real life and in like the other world, felt kind of lackluster, like not really present, only kind of used.
He's so fun.
He is fun.
He's such
I
a
guess-
fun guy.
I just want to see more of him, that's all. He was fun.
Yeah, I agree.
He's a long boy.
Yeah, he's super long. I love the dad in the real one, but he's such a workaholic that like his actual personality is smothered by like his own no funness.
I just realized do you remember that conversation we were having about the dad when we were watching the movie, about him like stretching long and then hunching back?
Yeah.
He was literally riding a praying mantis.
Oh yeah.
He was praying mantising.
Yeah, he's got them little hands.
Yeah, and then he was stretching out. And then back to, we literally did the movement and I didn't even realize.
Got them little hands. That's fair.
Yeah.
Well, and two, like if to look at character design, one thing that I found really interesting was the way that they differentiate between the real parents and the other parents, I thought was interesting because, like talking about the father, for example, like his neck is at a full-on right angle. Like the dude is crazy looking. Like his neck comes straight out and his head goes straight up. And likewise, the real mom is wearing like the neck brace, which is never really mentioned. You know, we talk about the accident, but it's never really mentioned. On that side, they have kind of these like weird qualities that obscure and change their neck. And then looking at them in the other world, like the father, he sits more upright. Like his neck and his head come at a more of a natural angle, and the mom doesn't have the neck brace. And I feel like it makes them look more human in the other world. And so it's almost like already kind of triggering that sense of like, oh no, we should definitely stay here with the human parents. It's that sense of comfort.
Oh wow, that's a really good good observation.
I think it's a fun, subtle way that they kind of differentiate them.
So what would you guys give score for characters?
I think I'll give it a 3 for characters.
Really? Okay.
I feel like this is a story driven by visuals and by story, and the characters are fun to be around, but they're not like special.
Damn, dog.
Damn, you're not special to me.
I think I do a 3 too. Yeah, there's some of them that like I just didn't really feel like it was necessary, or I wasn't really drawn to it.
Yeah, that makes sense. Maddie?
I would also say a 3.
Well, now I feel silly if I don't say anything other than
all
3.
The kids are cool.
So I'm going to say, fuck, I do think 3 though. Like, because I agree. Like there are some characters who I just felt like didn't really need to be there. My favorite one is Boris. No,
Borat.
Mr. B.
Mr. B. Borat. The one who's Babinski.
I think it's
Mr. B.
Babinski.
Babinski. Mr. Babinski. That's my favorite character.
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah, I feel like the neighbors and the other mother and Coraline are the only ones that I actually like.
You gave us a fun fact, Austin, when we watched the movie together about Babinski.
Oh yeah, those are real double D's.
No, the other one.
Yeah. So Babinski. Am I saying that correctly? Babinski.
You can say Mr. B. If it makes you feel more comfortable.
So Mr. B. Is wearing a medal throughout the movie, and his skin is like this sickly blue. So those medals were actually specifically given to the relief workers who helped with the Chernobyl disaster. And I believe, if I heard this correctly, this is specifically for the 3 who went into the reactor to activate the pumps, which was a suicide mission. Like the government was like, hey,
it's not gonna be good.
Yeah, you're gonna go in here and you're going to die, but you'd also be saving a shit ton of lives. So
and you get a medal.
Dude, I'd do anything for a medal.
But I think actually all 3 of them like lived like pretty long times. I mean, I think there was cancer, but like I think they still live. I'm not saying it was a good situation.
Just a little cancer.
Yeah, just a little cancer.
But so Mr. B is one of those.
He's a Russian hero.
Yeah, and that's why his skin is blue, is because it's from the radiation.
God damn. That's cool. I love that little
tidbit.
Little hidden thing, and that's why he's so fucking goopy.
Yeah.
Not goopy. I don't like in the brain. He's goofy. I think that's the word I wanted.
This is the first time I've watched it in a few years, and I didn't realize that was a neck brace. I always thought she was wearing a turtleneck.
Yeah.
Like I never listened to that. Like I hadn't seen it in forever. I forgot about the little car accident because it doesn't really.
Yeah.
I don't think it really matters in the grand scheme of the movie. So I was like, oh, and then I noticed there was a neck brace yesterday because you pointed it out, and I was like, oh, that's crazy.
It is so weird. Yeah.
Super subtle.
Yeah. Yeah, and I was thinking I think that's why, is just to kind of differentiate the two. Yeah. Well, let's talk about story. Okay.
So story. We were talking a little bit about story not too long ago. I guess I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Morgan, you were saying that I guess like it seems like our main beef is with the ghost children.
Yeah,
because
like ghost children.
Because like her quest to like find the like souls / eyes / thingamajigs balls.
Balls.
It felt like kind of like nowhere. Like I don't know.
It comes out of nowhere and it's not that interesting.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think one of
agree.
the main things too, at least the way I perceive Coraline, a lot of it's just like a kid with a over hyper imagination thing. So like
Mm-hmm.
the more nonsense there is in that movie, I just kind of like throw it off to that
That's
being
fair.
like one of the main themes.
Yeah.
I guess I don't know if it's really a theme, but
But kind
yeah.
of like it's a scapegoat.
Yeah.
Well, I watched a video essay about Coraline. I don't remember which one, but I'll find it and link it, I suppose. That kind of went into like the inspirations and the themes behind it, and this must have been about the book that opens up from a quote about basically just the fact that Coraline is inspired by and kind of based on like fairy tale tropes.
Mhm.
And so you kind of have this ghost story, haunted house, wicked mother, fake mother basically, and kind of like the quest to outsmart her in like her own game.
Mhm.
And so like I understand why they kind of go with like the you must find 3 souls, but
Mhm.
you know, I don't know, maybe it just feels out of place in modern world, or they just didn't incorporate it well enough for it to work for us.
I was gonna say like I don't know if that's necessarily true. If like it can't be, or that concept not being able to be incorporated into like modern times, because
Right.
like you can need 3 of anything really.
Oh, yeah, totally.
You know what I mean?
Totally.
And like that's essentially is like it's a fetch quest, you know.
Yeah.
I
feel
just
like
think
it's very rushed and random.
Yeah.
I know they use like incorporate the other members of the house, like the pink house.
yeah.
But aside from exploring their character a little bit, yeah, it doesn't really add anything.
It's like it
Mm-mm.
kind of becomes, I mean, it's her way out is what it is, because like she gets locked up, she's in, this is the all is lost moment. Oh no, I'm locked up and I have no way out. And then you find the kids and it's like, hey, we're here. She has something of ours that's really important. Now Coraline knows that there's something that the other mother holds dear.
Mhm.
And so that's really
balls.
what it's balls. She loves them. I think that it just becomes the thing that the other mother holds dear.
Mhm. Is that kind of her MacGuffin?
That's what I was thinking originally, that it's the MacGuffin, but it's like it feels too late to be the MacGuffin, and maybe
Yeah.
that's our problem with it.
Yeah, because it is introduced very late.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, it truly does feel like the MacGuffin. If you look at the story in like a bulleted list, that's what I would point to, is like, oh, it turns out there's souls. That's how we solve it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it just comes in so late where, yeah. So maybe that's our problem with it.
I think they should have like made like some like why be telling Coraline there's some myth about kids being in the well or something, and they could have
Yeah.
kind of like rolled that all into one
Yeah.
there. But
Mhm.
because the well's kind of random too as a theme, because like, oh look, there's a well. That's very
Yeah.
in the movie. She's like, oh fuck yeah, there's a well. And that's about all the
Yeah.
purpose that really holds. But as a secondary location,
it would be interesting if like, and this is kind of rewriting the movie a little bit, if like the neighbors who are around actually like used to live in that house and like had like a kid who went missing in there, and just and like it's decided to like move next door or move to like another plot or whatever, in order to stay by just in case the kid came back, but like they were too like grief driven to stay in the house anymore.
Right.
You know, and that way you're incorporating those like elements a little bit more too, like
Right.
with those like various things. I don't know, just a thought.
So, Maddie, what would you give it for a score for story?
I would give it another 3 for story, because I think it does well, but I
Mhm.
think it could have been better.
Yeah.
Like you said, I think that the main driving force of the film is its cinematography. So
Yeah, I support that.
What about you, Swain?
You know, going into this, I really enjoyed the story, and again, like I like kind of the quest idea of it, like that appeals to my childish brain. But I agree that this is mostly kind of driven by the story, and honestly just kind of like the general whimsy, or not the story, but like the visuals and just kind of the whimsy of the film. Like I think it's just a lot of fun to be there, and I mean, we all said we would stay with the other mother, so it's like you kind of don't really care how it ends because it's like I don't know, she's kind of sweet.
Yeah. Sure, I'll get my soul taken. Whatever.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So,
Well, I mean, what would happen if she did stay? Because like Wybie was fine, and the dad was fine technically until she refused.
I wonder if
So-
I wonder if
True.
they are creations.
I bet they are.
Yeah.
I think the dad
Yes.
and YB are creations of the other mother.
I'm guaranteeing that's what they are.
Oh, okay. I would try to make a deal with her where it's like, yo, I will stay and you can have me, but I want like 5 years of these meals.
I thought you were gonna say like 50%.
Yeah.
Of all the future kids.
I want some souls. Like, let's partner
I
up.
want a cut.
Yeah, fuck yeah. No, I would just ask her for like some time. Like, can I get like a timeshare here?
Yeah.
You can have my soul, don't worry. But like, I want to bank on this a little bit. I am gonna give it a 3 as well.
I'm also gonna do a 3.
Fair. I think I'm also gonna do a 3.
My 58's looking better and better.
Everyone give 5s this next round.
Mhm.
Yeah. We might. We are going into watchability.
Oh,
And-
bitch.
This is a fun little picture.
I agree. Honestly, for watchability, I guess like when I think of Halloween, I do think of this movie. Like this movie comes up in my mind, and it's something that I've looked forward to seeing,
Mm-hmm.
during this time of the year. So I guess I would say watchability is probably a 4 in my book. You
Hell
know?
yeah. Hell yeah.
I feel like any stronger would be like as if it was something I would want to watch on a regular basis rather than like when a holiday pops up or like, when fall is here.
Mhm.
What if I told you that it's not a Halloween movie?
I know it's not.
But you only want to watch it on Halloween?
Yeah, or like, in the fall when spooky seasons happen because it's a
That's
spooky
fair.
movie.
Yeah, that's fair.
Ooh.
Ooh, whoa.
Huh?
Yeah, heck yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it's limited to Halloween and like fall though. I think when I started watching it, I watched it all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And now that I'm just an adult, it's harder to sit down and watch movies more often. But I feel
Right.
like, honestly, like every time I watch it, I'm happy that I'm watching it. And I always like pick up on something
Yeah.
new and interesting. And I think that makes it a 5.
Fuck
I think
yeah.
its watchability might be a 5.
That's fair. That's
Fuck yeah.
valid.
I am in the same boat. I mean, I always introduce myself as an animator, and I just have such a fun time watching these, like, I want to say perfect, like, stop motion animations. I mean, they're just so fun, and the colors and the characters all come together to just, like, make something that I enjoy to be around, and this is one of those few movies that I would watch a lot. I would also give it a 5.
I'm gonna give it a 4. I don't really like to rewatch movies, but this is one I also watch every year,
Mhm.
usually around Halloween. But I don't think it's a Halloween movie. Just gives that vibe. But
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
especially with how meticulous all the animation is. It's like definitely like a once like you never get these movies very often. So
Mhm.
I think it's something
Mhm.
special. So
Yeah, I agree.
big ol' 4.
Hell yes.
Can we get a total score, Mr. Swain?
For a total room tone of Coraline out of 80, we have awarded this a total score of 61.
Ooh, who's the closest?
I believe I was at 58. Y'all
Yeah.
can suck it.
Fuck you, you bitch. You bitch.
Well, it wasn't 58, so.
Close enough. What is 61 toned out of 80? We'll leave that up to
To the viewers.
whoa. Thanks for joining us on Halloween.
Room Tone Podcast. Morgan, thank you for being our guest. We're looking forward to the future merch that we can produce. It's going to be a good time.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah,
Of
thank you for
course.
coming on the show. For all future merch questions, just contact Morgan directly.
Yes.
You can find her on Instagram at Roomtone Podcast.
Will you please insert my phone number and home address in here as well?
Can do.
And
Absolutely.
social. might
And
as well.
social.
My mother's maiden name.
Yes. Your first car.
Yeah, and your pets, your first pet's name.
Oh, and the time you paused for Roomtone?